IWER.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube on IWER TV. In the headlines, a taxi driver shot and killed while plying his trade in Belmont. An 11-year-old boy jumps off a carriage building. Mother attempts suicide and gives her 6-year-old daughter an overdose on sleeping pills. And internationally, China hits Taiwan with trade restrictions following U.S. House Speaker uninvited visit. And now the news in detail. A 49-year-old Lavantil man is dead after being shot in the back while plying his trade last night. Ricardo Simon of Upper Wharton Street was working his taxi in Belmont when he was shot around 11:45 p.m. at Agostini Street. He was taken to the Port of Spain General Hospital where he was declared dead. Police could not say whether the incident was a robbery gone wrong or was a hit. And a Barbadian national was shot dead by police in Lavantil early yesterday morning. Months after his teenage brother was among 3 teenagers gunned down in Lavantil, 34-year-old Kyle King, a mechanic of Box Hill Trace, Lavantil, was shot by officers of the Port of Spain Division Task Force. He was declared dead at the Port of Spain General Hospital. The shooting happened during the early hours on Tuesday next to the St. Barb's police post, which is managed by the Port of Spain Task Force officers. King was the father of a 3-month-old baby who turns 4 months today. The exact circumstances surrounding the shooting remains unclear. A 10-year-old boy was injured after he reportedly jumped off the top of an unfinished building in Carenage. The incident occurred around 5:50 p.m. yesterday afternoon at Upper Lansmeaton Road. The child's mother reported that they had just arrived home when the boy and his 12-year-old brother went up onto the roof to play when he reportedly jumped off. The boy was rushed to the Mount Hope Hospital. He sustained a swollen left ankle and damaged his back. No signs of head trauma were reported at the time. A 30-year-old man drowned on Monday while attempting to save an 11-year-old girl who was experiencing difficulties while at sea. Otis Morrison of Salic Trace Guapo was with a group of people at Clifton Hill Beach around midday on Monday when he observed an 11-year-old girl on a jet ski had fallen off into the water. Morrison, without hesitation, swam out after the child to save her. However, he then got into difficulties himself and drowned. Police are investigating an incident where a woman and her 6-year-old daughter were hospitalized after an alleged suicide attempt in San Fernando. The woman is suspected to have given her child sleeping pills, then overdosed herself, police said. A police report said that on Saturday morning, the man found his estranged wife and child in an unresponsive state in their home. He alerted medical officials who took the mother and daughter to the San Fernando General Hospital. The man told police that his estranged wife had spoken of suicide before. If you or someone you know is in despair or having suicidal thoughts, Lifeline can be contacted at 800-555-88. That should be 800-55-88. Internationally, China has suspended some trade with Taiwan in an apparent retribution for a visit by the U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to the self-governing island. The curbs include the suspension of some fruits and fish imports from Taiwan and exports of natural sand to the island. China is Taiwan's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade worth $273 billion last year, accounting for 33% of the island's total trade with the rest of the world, according to the Taiwanese government. The self-governed democratic island of 24 million people is a global leader in the supply of semiconductor chips, which are a vital component for virtually all modern electronics, from cars to refrigerators to mobile phones. China's Taiwan Affairs Office said Wednesday that it would suspend imports of grapefruit, lemons, oranges and other citrus fruits, as well as chilled white striped hairtail and frozen horse mackerel from Taiwan. And that was the 4 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube on IWER TV. Recapping the headlines: a taxi driver shot and killed while plying his trade in Belmont. An 11-year-old boy jumps off a carronage building. Mother attempts suicide and gives her 6-year-old daughter an overdose on sleeping pills. And internationally, China hits Taiwan with trade restrictions following U.S. House Speaker uninvited visit. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas. Miss Aisha Wells, the Queen of Talk, she's up next.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Good about like looking like a real bad.